Okay, so welcome back once again. Very good evening to all the participants who just have joined. I can see like 20 participants right now. So ask everyone to join as soon as possible. Okay, so as per the official guidelines, today is going to be the last session, and then the things like project and other things that will be decided by the team management of Simply Learn based on their assessment. Then we'll see something happen in that regard. Then we'll surely update you. But currently, officially, today we'll close the topics which we have started 4 weeks ago. So that's what. But project and capstone projects, etc. When we receive some guidelines and some inputs, then only I can be able to join the sessions on that regard. So it's depend from the Simply Learn team. So that's what. But the topics remaining today are going to be the DevOps tools, basically the GitHub and Jenkins. These are the major tools for the development and operations merged together. So that's why we'll take that things, DevOps tools, etc. discussions on that. So I hope now everyone is joining. So within a few minutes, we will start. Okay, what was you trying? Yes, tell me. Yes. Rest of the you can say uh, video where drive rest all topics. So topics wise, whatever I have been given, I will complete today itself, Neha. That's what I am saying. That whatever required. Explain project first. One vendor. Okay. So which project you are doing it? So you have a capstone projects. Then which project? So you said a project. You need to explain what is the project. Project for this phase. Can where you login at Simply Learn. Login at Simply Learn. You have access of. Okay, okay. Access to Simply Learn. Okay. Uh, okay, so I got the point. Like you have some projects there. Simply Learn project. So we'll do it. Let me complete the topic. Then we'll do that. Surely at 9 to 11 we'll do that. Because no, nothing like making request. I will do that. I am confirming. Like I will definitely take that. But starting time, I would prefer to start the things, complete the topics, then we'll move. So let me complete. It's not a big topic today. It will complete. Then we'll definitely go to that portal and see that project. So that project and will explain you. Don't worry. DevOps tools, Git, Git and Jenkins. Okay, these are equally required things. Na? How we will collaborate in the team, that project things. If you get the project, then you need to involve 4 or 5 members in that. How you will manage those few members, 5 members? That is a must thing to learn. That's why I am trying to do the topics first, reference. Then after the break, we'll take that only for this exclusively. Don't worry. Okay. And that total those topics are there. We'll definitely look into it, and hopefully I will be assigned by for this project for that also. Don't worry. Okay. So it will be later decided on. Yes, yes, yes. Let's start. That's what I am talking about. So, Neha, no worries. Like a few of you have said that, Manvendra, that you are asking like this thing. So, definitely we'll do it. As I promised, I will do it. No worries. Okay, let's things move ahead. First of all, then we'll look into this aspect. So, today, like I'm just planning to complete these things. DevOps, basically development and operations. These two things are mixed together. The wall has been removed and that has been merged. So development and operations are merged. So now we have few tools. We have seen Maven is one such tool, Maven, which we are doing it. Then we have Git and Jenkins. These are the primarily used for the CI/CD pipeline. So continuous integrations, continuous deployment. That kind of projects, which is must in the industry, are required nowadays. Integration and deployment happens continuously. So we'll discuss about those things, and then we'll see like JWT for Spring Security. So I'm taking those topics which are important for your requirement. Project you will do only after learning all those things. Okay, so priority wise, first go with the topic. Then after that, the discussions in the project will be easier for us. Okay, because what is this token things? That also I would like to discuss with you. So after some time, when you realize that I have taken all the topics, and when you are implementing the projects level, you will be understanding proper 100% implementations also with the projects requirement. These authorization things with the microservice is a must thing. Okay, but DevOps, first of all, the Git things. So the DevOps, basically, what is the purpose of it? I'm just in the short because we have so many things. Just telling you what happens. That suppose you have developed one project in your local system using the Java JDK 1.8 and then Hibernate and something like that. Now you want to run share this project to me. Then what I will do? I will also download the JDK 1.8 and then I will download the required technologies, all these softwares. So based on that, I will configure in my system. So these operations requirement is also I have to configure in my own system. Now there will be a version mismatch possibility. That means suppose JDK 1.8 there in my system, which is utilizing the Windows file that was developed in the Linux operating system, and some versions are incompatible. Then again I will call you and you will say use this one. Now, this type of operations things are very much actually creating problems. So, what actually has been decided that merge the development things with the operations team. So, we call it DevOps, development and operations. There are hundreds of tools for it, all automated tools. You just have to do next, 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 and all it will create. So, what we do is we convert to this Git, what is actually from the Git, it pulls to the Jenkins, and it build, deploy, test, and release. These four steps are automated. So it's like the testing to release. It's a continuous integrations and deployment. We can set some timer, like the moment developers commit some code to the GitHub or GitLab, it will be picked by the Jenkins, and with that it will build, deploy, test, and release. All these four stages we call it CI/CD, which is continuous integrations and deployment. Like for e-commerce site, we have every half an hour, 1 hour, new listings are coming, prices are changing, stocks need to be updated, something new products listings are to be done. It's not like banking applications. In the BFSI domain, banking, finance, and insurance, CI/CD is not much required, but e-commerce site it's much required. So there are category of projects where you have to understand that okay, this project required this one and this may not be required here. So both the ways the things you have to learn, but the DevOps are getting a lot of popularity because it is managing those operational things for configurational things, and we provide those supports using the DevOps. So these are the concepts actually, but DevOps having several tools. So few tools initially you have to know about it. So like we'll start with the Git. So have you heard about the Git? What is Git? Any idea? Anyone? Yes, yes, version control tools. Very correct, very correct. Now, what is the purpose of it? Earlier, before some time, like sometime in when I was into the development team, so that time it was something like we need to have some arrangements where we store the data, like in the evening when we uh, just closing time when we leave for the office. So that time, whatever the code we have developed, we need to place on some LAN connection, some repository. So tomorrow when I come to the office next time, system may crash, system will not open. As you can see, my system is stuck. And then after one problem to another problem, system may not starting. Then what will happen? I've developed the project code for such a long time, 8 hours, or maybe in a few days, 3 4 days. I've developed a lot of coding, etc. Now all has to be again to be done because it is gone now. Nothing is saved. So that's why I'm saying like making the project coding and all those things are important, but equally important those things which is managing the entire process. That also you should need to know about it. Okay, always don't rush to write the code itself. Coding is something which is in SDLC is a stage 3. Okay, stage 1 is requirement analysis. Then we are having the system analysis, system designs, data flow diagram, use case diagram, etc. Then the coding comes after that. But there are some aspects which we have to take care, like when we are developing some code. Now that code has to be put in some safe place. So LAN system, there happens to be the tortoise, SVN, lot of tools were there, so that which we able to save the data at the end of the day. And also after that CDs are created and that CD are transported to Pune, Mumbai, Chennai, other locations. Because we don't know that earthquake can comes and also something like that. So and the fire can happen. So like we have to protect our data. It's very important. Like developments are going on, and 10, 12 members are developing the code, and now those codes are into the safe place required to be given. Okay. So every organization has its own infrastructure. So the LAN or something like converting to the CD, it was like something which we do in earlier days, not very far away in recent days also. But now we have a centralized repository kind of things, cloud oriented. So what we have actually that GitHub and GitLab, they provide the repository hosted on the cloud, and you can push to the cloud the code which you have done after having achieved one milestone. Not required that every day in the evening you will be doing it. It depends upon your understanding with the team and required things as per the discussion stages. Maybe every milestones happen. So based on that, we need to push to the server, the cloud repository. Suppose I have given like date, my commit date is, today is, what is the date? 3rd July. After that, next commit I will do on 5th July, next 10th July. So this is called version control system. So which is, it's not called repository. Repository is obviously it's a cloud repository, but moreover it's a version control system. It happens in the real time scenario. I'm also telling you that in the real time scenario sometimes happens that we try to write some code with all the senior members also trying to do it, but finally it is not able to do it. It's a fact. Even 5, 6, 10 years things still it is stuck. It's a real time fact which I am telling to you. Because the codes are something coding, they sometimes we try, but sometimes it may be having problems in implementations level to such extent that finally we have to decide to withdraw that thing. Now those withdraw means then we'll decide what was the best thing previously done. So suppose on the 2nd July it was done properly. On the 6th July we have trying to do the things, it is not working. Then we can pull the data to our system back to that, and then again start making changes as per the new thinking evolve after having unsuccessful things. Even making of the Java was also unsuccessful. Java created in the second thought process. You may be aware of that also. Because James Gosling and his team prime focus of the Java was to create a platform independent software for various consumer electronic devices. It was trying to build a better technology than C language for the hardware things. One something memory chip where they can compile the things, like those who are from embedded system, they know that robots and all how the embedded thing works. Some C language coding, then compile and embed into the microcontroller kind of it. So it was thinking like every time we don't have to compile, and then the hardware, once we compile that compile thing, we can insert to every hardware. And that was like going a long time. You can see the historical data. 1982, Sun Microsystem formed. 1984, the team, they hired James Gosling, Patrick Norton, Ed Frank, and all the team members. Patrick was very famous for the Java things, coding, etc. They were trying so much, but it is said like Java started making in 1991, and 96 they have successfully launched the first version. Then what they were doing from 84 to 91? Because the target was to build the devices for platform independent, but till that time they have not added the platform directly into the hardware things, not making compatibility factor with other hardware. Okay, so it is fact actually that in the project level, even senior members also sometimes it happens, and then those things has to be rolled back, and then those. So Java, just concluding my remarks on Java, what Java we today see is called blessing in disguise. That means some misfortune happened for the betterment of the society. Okay, so Java was created in the second thought process. Initially, they're trying to build better than the C language because because obviously now when you are doing something, you think like what is available in the market. Then you try to build something better than that. So that is the main things for every time. Like every era, every times we have the same kind of thinking. We compare with the previous technologies available, then trying to do better than that. So that was the process. So I was saying like these version control tools are very much required. Why? Because you may need to roll back also from some dates, back dates, or you may be having your members friends there in the group who can pull to uh, their own system and do the coding as per the required thing. So suppose there are 4 members in a team, okay, and 4 members, one is a leader, 3 are also members. So the leader will push to the Git GitHub one template kind of things like service controller, this architecture which I have shown to you many times, one template project. Then other 3 members will pull that same structure in the system and then they can start working. Git will able to recognize only that particular file which has been changed, not all the files. So now quickly go to the things I have given this understanding now. This version control system allows you to manage a collections of files and give access to different version of the files. VCS allows you to capture the content and structure of your files at a certain point in time. You can use VGS for switching between these versions and you can work for different versions of these files in parallel. Different versions also we can work on that because branches can be created and everyone will be working different branches. Different versions are stored in a storage system which is typically called a repository. The process of creating different versions snapshot in the repository is depicted in the following graphs. Here, in the first case, we have a repository that is GitHub or GitLab. So initial state of files, you can see there is a 3 files, file 1, file 2, file 3, and the repository version 1. After that, there is one new file is added to the coding, file 4, and file 2 has been modified with some more logic and all. I can see file 1 and file 3 will not be pushed to the again because already they are in the version 1. So in the version 2, only the updated things will be pushed to that with the different name. That means file 2 is modified, so it will be going with the date. So suppose 3rd July we have this file 123 we post to the GitHub. Now July 4th we have made some changes in 4th and 2nd. Now when we are trying to track, we will get that these 2 files have been modified and new things have been added. So Git will be able to uh, push to these only 2 new files with the date. The other existing will not be uploaded, pushed again. That is the advantage here. Whatever the changes we are going to make, only that will be detected. Previous things will not be updated. Previous thing will remain as usual. Until unless you make the changes, then only that particular file again will be pushed to the server. Okay, so in this example, your repository contains 2 versions. Okay, sorry. I'm close this window. Okay. So in this example, your repository contains 2 versions, one with 3 files, another version with 4 files, one them in the same state and first version, one modified one and another new one. So every day when we are adding some new files or some milestones, we are making to the version 2 category. So the version 1 is still having the old files. Version 2 is having the latest things with the existing one and the new things added. So we can recall from that if required later on if required to pull it. So VCS are very good in tracking changes in the text file. For example, you may track change in HTML code or Java source code. If it is possible to use VCS for other file type, but VCS are not that efficient in change in binary. Binary we are not required here. Localized version control system keeps local copies of the file. So just quickly go with the diagrams. We have a remote repository, local repository 1, 2, 3. So the 3 development team members are working here. They will push to the remote repository. So that is the collaborative things like you are asking like projects and all those things. But are you aware like how to manage that project? Suppose your friends needed some code, then how you will share them? So it's like what happens in the other times. Like I've seen that through the zip file or something in WhatsApp, then they download, extract it, and do it. And then there is a huge confusion of previous and other versions and mixing and rework. A lot of things happen. So why not we have something which we can manage nicely, our project coding and all, and everyone is aware like what has been done till today and what we are means going to do the next thing also next day we can also observe from the directly from the GitHub. Okay. So these things are required 3-4 members together to work like that. So Git is the leading distributed version control system. Git originates from the Linux kernel development and was founded in 2005 by Linus Torvalds. Nowadays it is used for many popular open source. This is the things working directory, staging area, Git repository. Git add operations will take to the staging area. Git commit operation will take to the remote repository. Okay, so working directory, staging area, Git repository. 3 things are there, 3 areas. Working tree, staging area, Git repository. Finally, these are the process. And here you can see exactly same. Till local we have this thing, Git add, Git commit, then Git push, then Git pull. Okay, so and check out later on, but these things are the local system. Here till local we have the working directory, my folder which I have the Git things, adding to the staging area, but it's still in the local repository. Commit means we have it still in the local repository that thing commit after that. Then the push means it will go to that remote repository. And then when you require, you can pull it. That is like push and pull. That is the major things in the Git thing. And this is very easy actually. This branches and also for the things you have to download and you also do at your end after this because it will take hardly 10-15 minutes. So you try to practice at your end also. Okay, at least one project, Spring project, try to push to the GitHub. Okay, so I'm just having this one Git. Okay, so you have to download Git. Download. Okay, it was done. Okay, but I have been given DevOps tools, so that's why I have taken this one. Okay, so we'll take some time to complete, then we'll go to the Jenkins. Okay, if you have done, it's okay. So you have pushed to the code, Spring code. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. So what you want? I should close it and go to the Jenkins. Okay, okay. Then leave it. So you know how to push and then how to pull it, and the project wise you have done, right? The Spring project. Okay. Okay, then it's good. Then I will save my time. No, because you have done in this format, like your projects are looking like this. Okay, okay. Okay, some of you are saying to continue and not. So, no, if okay, this format. So then there is no point of doing it. We first quickly close these things to the Jenkins. So why not you told me earlier? Because I have been given the these things topics, so I try to explain this one. Okay, 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 okay. So no problem. We'll not do this one. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay, okay. So we'll stop this one. Now we'll go to the Jenkins directly. Okay. So localhost colon 2021, the Jenkins port which I am having running. Okay. One minute. So what is actually Jenkins will show that. Okay, give me a few minutes. Services dot ms. Okay, so 2021 my port number which I am running this Jenkins. You can download from the site and then you can do it, the Jenkins installation. Then that time it will ask the port number, etc. So you can start on that. Once it has stopped the service, you can services.msc. But what is actually Jenkins? So Jenkins, just discuss that only. Yes, yes, I'm coming to that. So here we are having the developers, and there are 1, 2, and 3 more developers are there. They are committing to the code, and then it's a haphazard, like delay in release of the software. Actually, before Jenkins, because we need to have the 4 stages in the software development. It's like basically code build, deploy, test, and release. Now, what happened that there are irregular commits. Sometime developer 1, sometime developer 2, then some developer 3. One is in Australia, one in UK, one in India, different time zones. They are committing to the Git. Now, these things, when these issues in integrations are happening, why? Because maybe some code is still pending with the developer 2 and is having different time zones. So here you can see before Jenkins, developer had to wait till the entire software code was built and tested to check the errors. So it's taking long time to make into integrations and all, and then the entire code was not available, and then it takes because of that irregular builds and all. So it was the reason which we actually there was no iterative improvement of code, and software delivery process was slow. So basically, these things I have taken from the Simply Learn. Now you can see here what is Jenkins. Jenkins is a continuous integration tool that allows continuous development, test, and deployment of newly created codes. So now you are asking what is the Jenkins? Is a integration tool. Okay, that allows continuous development. So here you can see a nightly build and integrations. Before that, we have do something like we make some time like in the night. All the codes will be pulled only at night. So commit changes to the source code. All the changes made to the code and build together. So we fix some time, and then based on that, it was committed in the night like sometime 11 to 3 a.m. The code will be taken to the repository, then it will be tested. So that is a long process. Now continuous build and integrations become different. Code is pulled whenever there is a commit made to the source code. So the Jenkins actually is helping us to take the source code once, like if you are sitting on one system, you made some commit to the server. So immediately with this impact, the code will be tested and released to the for the production. So this is the waiting time. Like earlier we planned like something that every 3 days or 4 days after we will completed all the code. Then in the night of one day we will make it all upload to the GitHub, and then Jenkins will test it. So the Jenkins we can manage those CI/CD things. So what was the drawback from previous things to this thing? What do you think about that? Here also we are doing it like immediately it's committed and tested. So the difference is that if we wait for entire applications to be developed and then going for the testing, there will be several errors coming at that time, which will take another 1 or 2 days to resolve those things. In a large scale, we have to manage those things. Instead of that, suppose you have written one logic for add some data that will commit it to the Git. Once you commit, Jenkins will pull it, and Jenkins immediately will able to test the code, and then the next pipeline it will deploy to the production server. So, or if it is failed, so it will send some message back to the developer that this code is actually not working. So check the code. So what will happen that instead of waiting 2-3 days to get the response after you have developed the code, also that time you may be deployed to some other projects, and then after 3-4 days it was discovered that there was some bugs and all. Then that time you already gone to some critical projects, and it was not feasible for anyone to come back to the previous projects and again start making those changes. So huge aspects in the operational level was there, and this is fact actually. Like this is not any exaggerations, it is actually happening, because we don't have any choice. For after writing all the code from different levels, we decide that okay, we integrate finally one, and we'll start on the Git lab. All these things will be close to that, because every repository and all, so they will merge into one, and after that testing, and those things entire projects, at least one big module you are testing at a time, or here one functionality you are testing at a time is a big difference. So that is what the role of the Jenkins. So you need to download the Jenkins, then it will run with a certain implementations level plugins you have to add. So what is continuous integrations? Here, this is the diagram which is actually given here. Repository, then there is a server. Okay, so it's a Jenkins server. If it is passed, then testing team members will forward it to the release and deploy. If it is failed, then the developers again get that code, and then it is again made the changes and then pushed to the repository. Then Jenkins will take that, and then testing members after passing it goes for the release. So there is a errors or pass. Error means again testing members will say that the developers that look into the code. So this process is continuous deployment. In earlier times, we have like a development team members who actually works on the project, and the testing team members were just moving to the cafeteria and doing nothing actually. But when we develop the code, then they are engaged in that time, lot of time, and then we used to move freely for the next 2 days. So there is kind of things which is actually taking a lot of time, and the client is paying hourly basis, and all those things in the IT industry you can understand, and everyone's life has to be done. It's not that two members are, development team members are having work, and the testing members are doing all the work. When the testing members are doing the work, development team members are no work. So that kind of things were quite common in the industry earlier. There was no choice, because until unless they have developed the entire major code, testing was not a testing required to be given manually also and through the Git. But now it's like that, that the moment you do the some changes, it reflects to the Jenkins. It will be tested, and then it will be release purpose. You can release that. So this one is, we have continuous integrations. Lot of tools are there. It's not Jenkins. We have Travis CI. There is a Gump, Build, Bot, Bamboo, and all those are the CI tools. But Jenkins is highly popular. Features easy installation, easy configuration, pluggable, plugins, extensible, distributed, like that. Okay, so these are the features. You'll see that those features are easy, understand, like easy configuration, plugin. Plugin is very important aspects, because there are hundreds of plugins available to the Jenkins. There are hundreds of plugins in Update Center. There with every tool in the CI and CD tool chain. That means whenever you required some more tools to add, like Maven or some Git or something, more tools, there are available. So many tools are available in the plugin. So that you have to add those plugins in the Jenkins. Extensible, distributed. So what is like this CI/CD pipeline? You can see this one, development to the production. So when code commit, build, test, release, deploy. This is the pipeline of the project. Still, it is in the production level. Like we have the deployment strategy, or two-stage strategy. It's not directly on a production server. We have our local server repository, which client also have the access. So client can also see day by day progress and all in the agile methodology. So that development and this Jenkins through that productions, it's called CI/CD pipeline. So we can create some virtual things like that, and definitely you can understand this Jenkins things quickly. So let's take this one, dashboard. This is what the Jenkins dashboard looks. Starting one, there is nothing actually, but we have some dummy things, so we can connect with that. So let's see that here you have manage Jenkins. Okay, in this category, you have some configurations, configure system. Okay, manage plugins. That is better. This one, manage plugins. Here, the plugins are available, pipeline, declarative, all those things installed. So what we have installed, it is showing that Bootstrap and all plugins, etc. So you can search any plugins, for example, Maven. So in the available, it's showing that Maven somewhere. It's okay. So pipeline. Let's see that pipeline is there. No? Pipeline. So plugin wise, there are hundreds of plugins, but we need to add something like click on that and install without restart. So this Jenkins give you several plugins for the DevOps tools, and we can connect with that. There is not only one option; there are multiple options we can do with the connecting and all. Right now, this one back to the dashboard. First of all, we'll create some. Just take one new item, enter the name, and enter the name. Here, I'm just entering the name. Take test. Okay. Freestyle project. This is a central features of Jenkins. We'll build your project combining any SCM. So we'll take the freestyle, not pipeline right now. Okay. So here you can see this is actually been built actually. So the source code management, build triggers, build environment, they are all next things we can connect. For example, GitHub project, and you can select the URL. For example, we have this URL, copy this one, and then go to the GitHub, select this one, and apply, save. So this is the way it is like a connect with the repository. Okay. So whatever the commit has been done on the code, Jenkins will take it and test it. Okay. So for testing, we have built now. So this building has been taken. So you can see this build, finish success. So that is the role of these things. In the next pipeline, we can connect with that, and then it will go for the release and all. So we have to make several projects in the Jenkins for the pipeline things. Okay. So that is the way. Or, okay, what you are asking, Vanikant, please. So again, GitHub. So go to the dashboard, new item, take the any name. For example, I am taking a name uh, like admin already taken, so admin 2. Freestyle project, okay. Then you will see the things are coming, general source code management, you have all those things. There is a Git. Okay, so when you click on the Git repository URL, you will get over here. So whatever the repository URL, you can copy that thing and apply and save. Okay. So this the timeline also, like we have go to the configure, and then there is a source code management. This URL we have added. build periodically. Here we can say something like there is a time distribution, build periodically. So I can say at the rate midnight or half an hour or something like that. There is a time format actually. So it is automatically every midnight it will pull the code, whatever it is committed. Just for the showing like midnight, it's not you have something timelines given every half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. You can adjust with that. So automatically, suppose you committed something, it will auto check the repository and then it will pull from that and it will build it. So basically, it helps in the building it. Success means it is successfully built. If it is failed, then the information goes to the these things like it is available to their Jenkins when they log in. So they see that okay, it is failed now. They will try to do some changes in that. Again, they will commit, and then again the process will continue. Okay. So Neha, you are asking like what is the use of it? So it's a use is like uh, we have continuous integrations and the deployment. Earlier days, like we have to wait for long time, and that time when you are testing the entire code of one module, the chances are that there may be several failures happen, and then again it will take a long time to make those changes. Here, instantly, it's known that okay, build success or not. It is known here immediately because it is having Maven also plugin is added. When you install this Jenkins, that time by default there will be at least 10 or 12 plugins will be adding. It will take long time to uh, install the projects because next everything will happen, but finally the plugins, at least 10-15 plugins it will download, it will take long time, and some of the plugins will fail, and it will show in the manage Jenkins category where you have this dashboard manage Jenkins. You see few of the plugins failed actually. Still after that manage plugins, you can see in available categories, and it is these are the added things. Okay, so because we have to give demo for a lot of other things also, so added and in the installed, you can add that and use it. In the available to install, you can use, select that. So based on that, it will be installed. ANT, previous to the Maven, it was any near tool. So that was already installed. Build pipeline plugin, build timeout plugin, command agent launcher plugin. So these few things we have added it. So you can search for the requirements and you can add those build tools and all these things. So basically it has having taking from the Git things and doing it. Now yes, what is the problem? Well, to connect to repository, github.com/Manikant sports status code 128. So you have connected with that, it's not building. Means it says in the Jenkins, you have the Jenkins installed. Do you have the Jenkins installed? Where you are checking it? Okay, okay. So status code 128. What is that? 128. What is the error actually reflecting? A head return. Okay. Fatal cannot prompt because user inactively has been dis. Okay, user is disabled. So some installation things. User, you have the admin right. When you are installing, you are done with the admin. There is a secret key and all those things. Have you done that? So when you install the Jenkins, that time admin rights are there. So through the admin, we install the applications. You can check here in the configurations. Back to the dashboard. Here, manage Jenkins. Here you can see configure system, manage users. Okay. So when you click, you will see the list of the users and those things. I think there is a problem in the admin thing, and you have to again install it because it's very simple. Just now I have shown these things. It's testing. So your plugins are there, Maven plugins. Okay, then why it is coming? Okay, just share your screen. Give me 5 minutes to complete this topic. Okay, okay, yeah. Install it again. It is having some problem. And this is very simple one. Jenkins DevOps tools are all very simple one, like cloud oriented. So just add this thing. Now you can see this here. For example, there are 4 or 5 things happen. One is we have build. We call it build, deploy, deployment. Then we have after that deployment test, then release. Comma is there. Okay. So these are the stages for CI/CD thing. So we have seen that build, deployment, test, and release. So all these things can happen. So here we can do some example purpose how this CI/CD pipeline we can build. Okay. So take already I've created one. So again one more I'm just creating it. So let's build two. Okay. One project, freestyle project. Okay. Apply and save. In the dashboard, you can see build 2 is created just now. Again, I've created some in the evening itself. Then I will create another project. Okay, that project is deployment. Okay, freestyle. Okay. Here we will have this trigger options. Build after other projects to build. So we'll select build 2. Trigger only build is stable. Apply. Okay, so build 2 will select. Okay, why it is taking comma? Okay, apply, save. So in the dashboard, you can see this is again build 2, deployment 2 is created. Now we'll create one more project. So the next one, let's for example, the deployment happened, then we can do the test. Test 2, freestyle project. Okay. Then we'll say like in the triggers, build after project are built. So here we'll use what was that build tool? It's a deployment tool. Deployment tool. So build after the project are built. That means test will happen only the deployment to happen, then the test will run. Apply it, save it. Next project, take this example for the another one. Go to the dashboard. Okay. Now new items. Then we'll take release 2. In this case, this process again build after projects are built. So we'll select test 2. Okay. Apply, save. Now we have this dashboard. You can see build 2, deployment 2, test 2, and release 2. So this we have integrated like that, when it is going to build, means deployed. So first it will build, then it is going to test, then it should be deployed before that, then it release like that. So it should test it, then release. These are the pipeline things which is very popular in the industry, CI/CD pipeline. Okay. Now we open one by one all the links. Open link in a new tab. Deployment to also in the new tab. Okay, this tab is build 2, this is deployment 2, and in the dashboard we'll have test 2, open link, then we have a release 2. Before we have opened that options, so first we'll build the tool. Now here build now. Okay, so it is started to build, and then you can see before that, I mean, see it is saying pending, test 2 and release. One is missing actually, I could not show you that deployment is overcasting over here. So you can see now it is done. In the release, it is pending. The pipeline is created. Pending, now it will be building it. Now it is built successfully. You can check these codes. They are going to return like these are started by upstream, started by this thing, and console output, success and all. Okay. So this type of integrations are called CI/CD because we have to configure to the server and all those things, production server, that things. I given you the concepts over here that it's not that developers will do it manually. The process of deployment, testing, release. Once release things happen, then immediately it goes to the production level. So if testing fails, then it will notify the developers. Again, they will make the changes, do the coding. So what is the benefit here? That every time they are making changes, immediately they can able to test it and successfully deploy to the server. But if it is waiting for 3-4 days to compile everything and then going for the integrations at one at time, it is having a lot of issues comes in the real time. You have to rewrite the code and all changes has to be done. Okay. And then in the Jenkins also, dashboard, we have this manage Jenkins. In this manage Jenkins, we have manage plugins. Okay, available. I updated this pipeline some 17 days ago. So you search for the pipeline things, then add that pipeline. So that plugin, once you add, then you can create that pipeline over here. Back to the dashboard. Take one new pipeline. First, you have to add the pipeline install without a restart. Okay. Initially, it will install many one, but these things will be done later on. So the pipeline here, we are having to take some name, admin. build pipeline, create and pipeline flow, select initial job. So initial job is my build two I created, I suppose, right? Build two and this one number of display things 5. 5, 6 times it will run. Okay, so apply initial build. I think I've taken 2. Build 2. Build 2 was done, na? So build 2 will call the next one. Save. Okay. Now you can see this pipeline is created. Okay. Build 2, deployment 2, test 2, release 2. All are checked. You can do it manually also. Console output and this one rerun. Okay. So this is successfully deployed. So I given 5 instances. At least 5 times we can create and check that multiple instances. Like run second time it will create. It is still happening. Release 2. Run. Taking time. So this is what the concepts for the CI/CD pipeline. I hope all of you have installed these things or would like to do it. Without installing and doing it, you won't get that. So I would recommend if you have time, you can do it. Okay. Now we'll see whatever your project thing. So you told me right to check projects details. So this pipeline just configure or delete or merge something like that. It's need some errors. So I'm just checking. Network is slow. Git bucket is like in the cloud. We can have this Git bucket concept which we can upload some files and all. So that is in the AWS cloud. Big Git bucket or big bucket you are? Git bucket. Bit bucket you are asking, right? Git bucket. I think bit bucket. For the other tool is there. For this Jenkins, we can have this Git bit bucket. Okay. So that is the Jenkins thing. And Git already you are aware of it. So just check like you are asking Git bucket, I think so, but you are saying Git bucket. Okay, they may be likely to have another kind of tool which we can pull from the various that images and all or some services we can integrate into that. So it's a bucket kind of role, but in basically in the cloud we used to implement those S3 buckets storage purpose. Here also the storage purpose we can use that. Okay, so anyhow that's what the introduction part of it. Now where is your project? Tell me. projects are there. Phase 3 assessment. Simply learn Phase 3 assessment. Simply learn this one. Phase 3 assessment. So the link I have to check. Yes, Neha will upload those things. Don't worry. I've uploaded not today a lot of data. First, I want to just give me some few minutes to think over here. Phase 3, simply learn on Google. Simply learn a spelling. Okay, no? Directly, you are asking login to send portal and login. I have to check with the login credentials, all those things. Right now, in the mail, it is there actually. I'm just checking it. Okay. So Google, it will not come. Na? It's like something they've given us with the project details. Okay, give me 2 minutes. Okay, so this time is stopping these things and checking it. Okay. Okay. That's sweet. You are so intelligent. Yes, yes, yes. You are very intelligent beyond doubt. I am not saying anything on that. You know that very well. Nowadays, students are very intelligent actually. You can't make anything. Okay. So login password, obviously, that's what I have to stop the sharing for a while. Where is that on Phase 3? I'm just give me 2 minutes. I will search actually. Okay. Sent item or sharing item. Just 1 minute. So portal, right? 1 minute. I stopped the sharing. Please wait for a second. Okay. So this one, I think so. Phase 3. Phase 3 implementations, I am not able to get that. It's having something connecting links for the registration of following training session only. Multiple sessions. This one, basics, time zones. I think I got it now. So this is what the website you are saying it. It was in my one of the mail actually. Okay, where you will get this one? My course. This one. This one. Project. Where is that project? Implement DevOps. Assignment. Go to assessment. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Assessment. Okay. Make a e-commerce website for sporty shoes. This one you are talking about? Oh, that's great. Finally, I come to that. Okay. Okay, okay. Yes, Radhika Arora, you are from the morning only, evening you are saying. So now you are happy that I have taken this things, right? What is this? Source code, submit. Yes, yes. But what is actually description? A full stack developer complete the feature. No, no, no. Coding part. What coding you are asking me? This project coding. Project has to be done by you only. No, that's not like in my curriculum. It's like for training purpose. Okay. Project, I can explain that thing. No, no, no. It's okay. You are not kidding, Radhika. What you said is actually what you meant. I'm in this industry for a long time. So I can understand, trying to understand. First of all, I have given the first look. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay, so what is this thing talking about? Full stack developer. So full stack developer complete the features of applications by planning the development and posting the source code to the GitHub repository. Background of the problem statement. Sporty Shoes is a company that manufactures and sells sports shoes. Okay, they have a walk-in store and now they wish to launch their e-commerce portal and sportyshoes.com. So it's a e-commerce site. So what are the required things for e-commerce site? Tell me what you think of. We starting like we have a admin and user concepts. Okay, these are the things written for the explain the Java concept using the project, generic features of the product. It's a web applications, right? Okay. So see, you are saying the source code and all. Radhika, I can give you some source code also in case if you want. But actually, the main thing is that what you understand from this concept of e-commerce, the word itself is self-explanatory. There is a concept for customer and there is a admin. So yes, yes. No problem. It's something which you are saying correctly. It's you need that help. So I'm just checking like e-commerce things. Any e-commerce project because such type of projects, a lot of such type of projects done by my student itself in various MNCs. So that's not a problem for me to share some code, etc. If you want that also, I can do it. But basically, the e-commerce site, there are basically admin roles, and second is users. Now, admin, you should not go for the coding directly. That's why I am saying from the beginning. At least you must have a vision and thought process. What the admin can do. Are you aware of use case diagrams? What are the use case diagrams? How to design that? No. So software making is directly coding or what? Yeah, Visio. Manikant is one step ahead. That's for correct. Yes, Manikant, you are right. Visio, Microsoft Visio is a free tool, or IBM's Rational Rose is also available. That is also a very powerful product of IBM for the designing, system designing. What is the software development life cycle? First is the requirement analysis. Okay, then we go for the designing, system designing. This admin, what admin can do actually. So admin can, in a broad sense, can add the product. Admin is like a super user concept. Add the product, view the product. Yes. Admin, if you want, you can maintain in the database side also because there is no much admin, one or two admin. So you can manually create one role kind of it and place like admin. That things I've shown to you that day because there may be not multiple admins, so users may be required. So you can give the interface for that. Okay. In case of admin, you can manage directly from the MySQL end. Okay. If you want, you can give it. That's not a problem. So the technology, first of all, what are the technology you wanted to build? Tell me the technologies. It's a web application. So microservice things you want to use Spring Boot microservice JSP only. Okay. So JSP. Okay. So JSP you have done. Spring. Okay. So no microservice APIs. Okay. Okay. I can understand. Angular is not done, so you don't know the view part. Okay, okay, okay. That's correct. So I have shared you one such project also. Have you seen that project? What is actually in that? Yes, yes, I got it. The same category of projects have Hibernate. Please don't use Hibernate JPA, Spring Data JPA. Hibernate will be implementing actually. So this type of projects, I have shared one project to you for I think metro ticket booking. Have you seen that project? How the things are done actually? So yes, yes. Now the aspects are like similar way because you are going with the JSP, so you need a web application and admin role. I'm suggesting like add the product. So like login things, the use case diagram is clearly mentioned like what the admin will do, what the user will do. But I'm just writing in a pseudocode way like add the product, view the product, delete the product. Okay. So this is the prime responsibility of it. So you have to take the controller. That controller will have, the options of get, get all, post, delete, and modify the product. So update the product. Okay, so these are the things. Update the project. Yes, yes. In the chat, what you are writing. Update. Yes, yes. No, no, no. Postman not required at this stage. The JSP, you are going with the JSP. Postman needed when you are using the REST application. There is no view component attached. That time you need the Postman. At this moment, Postman is not required because JSP you can directly have the interface. Na? When we don't have the interface, UI things, then we go for the Postman. So this add product and all, what are the controller things you will be doing it? Request mapping get post. Sorry for this one is post. View means get all. So it's a get update. Request method is put and this delete will be delete. So you have to take request mapping and method request method dot put post and delete. So the controller method will be like that. Associated getter setters you have to write to store the value. Then through the service layer you have to write the logic which will connect with the repository JPA layer. Okay. So the same thing like we have done in the metro ticket booking, that kind of thing. And these are the products. Apart from that, forget password or something like now it depends upon you also the level of project coding you want to do it. In the e-commerce there are various modules. Best thing is microservice, order, payment, email, listing, all different microservice. Here we are just trying to do it like that. So how big you want to make the project? Like how many days you have that project to do it? Tell me. 7 days. So 7 days it's not possible to make very big project because when you think of e-commerce project, it's a payment order system, listing system, and mail forwarding system. A lot of things are there. And the checkout that time it will track that courier things and all. So it will impact a lot of modules required for the admin. I will suggest and recommend to you. You start with the basic concept. Simply add, view, update, and delete things for a product. So admin when log in to that, you can give a login screen to the admin. That's not a problem. Then let's see here. First, you can make the interface registration. Then admin will do the login. After login, it can search by different criteria. Okay. The problem statement sort order by date and category. First, Manvinder, I'm just completing it, then I will take your call. Okay. Problem statement. Okay, I will check that. Okay, so just discussing what are the points I wanted to take it. Now search by different criteria. Different criteria means product-wise search or city or state-wise search. What are and category-wise. So in the e-commerce, first important thing is category. We have electronics item or we have some the other items, so grocery items. So the category wise that has to be filtered in. So then because when the admin is going to add, there are 100 things to add, so it's not in a proper way like it's possible to add everything. So when they are adding it, they will be adding the product, then make the interface for it proper format. Select product name, product price, product image, and stock quantity available, and the category. Okay, so these 5-6 things you have to make into the interface to add to the database. So add when you're doing the adding to the product, all those things into the database. So it is already there, now they can search it. So there will be hundreds of products added. Now admin want to search, so you have to give the registration login search. Search by category, search by brand, or search by city or state, the products details. So you can have some criteria fixed on that. It's not that multiple search, only one or two. It means you need a search operation criteria. You have to fill those things. Then the add products and the view means these viewed products are important. When user views it, you should give some options there to update or delete. Okay, update means the product quantity, stock quantity has to be updated, or any pricing changes happen that has to be updated, or any image changes has to be updated. So those are updates. So basically, if you go with the start with this one, I think that will be mostly required. Okay. Any other suggestions from your side apart from that? In ad, first make see the starting the project is not what I am just seeing it. Product backlog, priorities. You have 7 days of it, 3 days of sprint 1, 3 days of sprint 2. At least who will be doing the responsibility? Who signed in? No. That is signing in way, it's okay, but category wise you have not given any search. Category is very important in terms of e-commerce project. Then how it will be possible to take all those things? So just change some criteria for the product category search. Okay, so the basic things will revolve here itself. This will take this 7 days time is less time. At least e-commerce project takes long time to develop, but for starting phases it's enough. Add, update product and delete and all. Then the user, what is the user role? Then if something left, I will discuss that also. What the user can do, user first has to register now. That's for confirm. Admin you can manage through the database side also without the UI things. But user has to register. Then user logs in. When user log in to the website, he can has the following things. Once again the category things or some criteria by search. So user want to search, so you have to give a search box for him also, or her. Let's see. So user first search, then the listing will display with the images which has been added by the admin. I search by brand. Okay, brand is okay, but it's something which is okay. In the search criteria, you have to give for every product. Just type the phrases which matches it with the data. Then when user clicks to that, suppose it taken mobile search. So brand instead of that, those things you have to select in the checkbox. Brand items later on filter unfilter it, because those criteria are coming later on. Brand will be in the second time. First time product. So how you search in the Amazon.com? You type the brand, only shoes. Shoes having suppose okay. So I'm taking the shoes only. So for that, shoes has different you know uh, category or something. Yes, that's I've seen that. Yes, yes. You cannot add other products, but you can add the shoes and quantity, etc., and the view it, update and delete. Obviously, so see, product is adding, but the product may be having different subversions also, right? So that product you have to add. Maybe shoes, only one category of shoes, or you have different category of shoes also may be possible. Sports shoes having color combinations, because then we have to decide on that ground also. But don't go in that much detail. I would not suggest. Yes, if it is only for the sporty shoes, you are correct in that sense. I'm not taking all the brand. Yeah, yeah, just few of it. So that's better. Like you take some sporty shoes, uh, or some because when you go to a shop like that, you see different kind of shoes. Okay. Yes, yes, like that. Yes, yes, like that correctly. That category wise. So at least it will give some robustness in the website. Not only one type, but split into like casual sports and all. So at least different category wise you can make into that, because when we don't have that category like other products to add, because you are rightly pointing out that it's a sporty shoes. So what we can do, we can make the category into that itself. So at least it looks something which you have worked on, and not only adding the shoes and all. So in that way, select the category, add the product, price, image, and all. That's enough. So when you add that, user will search it. So in the drop down, you give the category. Based on that category, it will get those details. Now, next filtrations are required, like color choice, and I think different shoes having different size. Like we have pairs of size. So that's you can check box. Give that for select and unselect. So when a radio buttons like something which you having the 3 4 categories, so anyone selected, then the next is having different price category also, something like price range, etc. All these are in HTML5. Lot of such nice sliders or something are there. You don't have to write much coding for that. In the normal e-commerce site, you must have seen that the products are coming, then left hand side you have something to filter it out again. Otherwise, it will reflect all of it. So the main thing is like if you are making such sites which is e-commerce related, at least you must give some kind of importance for customer to customize its product while searching and taking it. It's not that a customer will view and buy it and it's over. It's not like that. At least make some search criteria maximum, like uh, front end side. Obviously, in JSP code you have to do it. You are knowing the JSP fully. Java server pages? Okay, okay, okay. Then there is no problem. Na? Scriptlets you can write in a scriptlet tags and declaration expressions tags are there, tag libs are there. So JSP, if you are aware of it, so you can design into JSP. I have such projects also. Uh, I will definitely upload one such project to you. Okay, because these are something which is other students have done this way. So I will upload that. It's not a problem. And what I feel like, let me think also, because I am thinking like when you have a single product and you want to make a e-commerce kind of projects. Yes, yes, I will share it. Don't worry. I will upload it. Yes, microservice projects are actually needed actually. That's why I'm just little worried about these concepts which you are asking. JSP things. Uh, in real time, these things, JSP pages will not be useful for your this future career purpose, but it's okay. Basic learning can be done with that because you need microservice kind of projects. So, but whatever I will upload quite a few number of projects. Give me some time because I have to search a lot of places. I have all those things, and you please check tomorrow around lunch time. Okay, 1:30. I will do it 100%. Don't worry, it's my commitment. You will get that. Okay, so at least or some other technology if I have, I will share that you can get the understanding and convert to the MBC architecture. Okay, that's also you can do it. So tomorrow I will definitely upload at least like I will be having break time 1 to 2. So I will do it. With see, I am a professional. When I commit something, maybe delay, but it will be there. Don't worry. It's not rushing because maybe after some time I have to take a project sessions also. Then I don't have any face value on that time. You understand? IT is a global village. It's the world is a global village. Today or tomorrow we'll again meet. Okay. So it's happened that when I've said I will do it, maybe sometime happen during the session. Yes, yes. Because what happened, I'm also in other sessions from 9 to 6, and also there are so many things, technology. There are cloud, AWS cloud going on. So maybe sometime I forget, but definitely when I said I will specifically, I will share this project code to you because I want at least the UI things which you are making, that filtrations of things like choice. Customer has to be given a lot of choices for selecting its criteria because when I go to buy a product, I have my thinking. You think like a customer itself. So when you visit to a shop, what you look for manually also because you have skipped all the things. That is the problem actually happened. You have not gone to the agile methodology, nothing, product backlog analysis and case study analysis and all those things. Directly coming to here, now you can think of the manual perspective. That the shops we ask the shopkeeper to show various colors and trying one pair of shoes and it doesn't fit, then we'll ask him to change something like that. Those activities. So when we are making a software, that time we have to do this kind of manual assessment. That what I do in the shop if I visit. So you think in terms of a customer, potential customer, you visit to a shopkeeper's place, and then you are doing all those kind of searching itself. After you are satisfied with the search, then you think like, okay, it's in your budget or not. That's also a criteria kind of it. So those filter things we do it in our assumption services also in our mindset. So those filters we put in. It's internally think on that, that okay, I have now 500 rupees and the shoes price is 550. So I will see another shoes. Okay, because it's not means I'm just searching because I know you can buy 5,000 shoes also. I'm just saying that it's my thinking like you have uh, this kind of filter you also place in while you are doing manual shopping, and then write those pseudo code that when you visit to the shopkeeper, then you check this thing category wise. You ask for the sports shoes, then you ask for the casual shoes, and then you compare which one is better uh, by look and feel also, all those comparisons. Then after trying that pair of shoes, you feel it better. Then you said, okay, then you think like, so why not make the softwares in that way only? That search the thing, then all the products list are coming. There are 10, 12. Okay, paginations are also important. In one page, please display only 10 items. Okay, after search you have hundreds of items because this all also I've seen the students doesn't feel that way. They think five products are there displaying it, but tomorrow you have thousands of products. You cannot start displaying thousands in one scrolling time. You will give one, two, three, next like that. That is called paginations. So that you have to do those things. When if the user clicks those hyperlink, it goes to the next 10 display. So we can manage our records from the result database, 10 records at a time, we can display on that. So that you have to take care of writing those things. You think like a big project aspect. Don't think like, okay, only one user is there, five items are there. There will be multiple things. So user is having required all those filters where it can finally do it. But now suppose user has selected one pair of shoes having 500 cost, then it has to check in the criteria where the stock exists or not. Because before buying it, if a stock is zero, it will say unavailable. Okay, that means you cannot uh, uh, even for these things later on or something, it can be possible. Don't implement such complicated things because 7 days is not enough time to do all those things. How many team members you have in a project? Every individual has to do. Great, great. So you are like joking or something. What is that project? Then tell me. What is project? What is the definition of project? So everyone will be doing it alone. Then it's not a project. Please don't call it project. Project meaning a lot of things. When you say projects, my mind is going in different direction. So it is a teamwork. Yes, I will tell to the Simply Learn team. Have you heard about the project one person is doing? You give any name, but it's not happened. Always we tell the students that you must learn to work in a team. When we form a team, there are members from different regions. So I'm also surprised. Okay, I will check with them. At least how many members? 50 members are there, and then you must be given different five projects. Okay, means 50 members, na? So 3 to 4 members, one project, and 10, 12. I can immediately show you for the Wipro also I am doing it. How many projects they have given? 13 projects. 13 projects and 4 to 5 members. Capstone project I am talking about. So project it's a coding. It cannot be called project first of all. Project is a different aspect together. Okay, one second. So that is why I'm thinking like when you said project initially, single-handed, how you will do the projects? The module, there are two, three modules, then there are sub modules. One person can do those all the modules. Capstone project also alone. Maybe it's like company policy, so I cannot have any idea about that. Maybe that is okay. We have some policies and that has to be followed. That's not a problem. But from my perspective, from industry-oriented aspects, I will only suggest that projects can be done in the team or single person, how we do, because you have to do all the coding end to end. When you are saying this is sporty shoes, that means you write search criteria, product back, adding those products, deleting, upload, updating. How you one person can do? So these things are something which I also not understood the way it is going. But now since it is given single projects, I will check with the team. Next phase, let me check if I am available because I'm already like last 4 weeks I'm also having Monday to Friday is fully busy, and the Saturday Sunday also I'm like so last 4 weeks I've not gone outside even on weekends. Generally, I Saturday Sunday also I feel like these things because Monday to Friday I'm occupied by the Wipro batches in the evening also. So it is like back to back for me for not a single holiday. Even tomorrow mornings again 9 to 10 I'm busy. So it's very hectic for me last 4 weeks. I also need some at least 1 week break or something to regenerate because I am also having not time left actually. You can understand this project means evening 4 hours batches are there. 16 July. Okay, then we have a sufficient time. Yes, yes. What are the topics in that? Front end. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, jQuery, Angular, React. Right? Okay, okay, okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, 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 okay. I know that. It's everywhere the same thing. So I have a lot of case studies and a lot of things there for uh, these things I'm taking for other groups also. So if I take, I can do it, but it's like depend. Yes, yes. I can teach up to the cloud, AWS. Okay, I'm taking for the cloud oriented batch, this S3 simple storage and all those things. See, it's not in my hand, Smith. It's like simply learn, decide those things. And you see, these management things, I have no rule. I can only request, you can only request, but it's their discretion. You can understand how the industry works. If simply learn things or they have planned with some other SME or trainers, so they cannot give it to me. Or if they have something which is actually not planned before, like finalized. So the industry works like that. It's not things are done in a overnight thing. So this is what possible. You can write to the feedback. That means they will receive and it's their discretion. see, see, I'm in the official panel of Capgemini, Wipro, ACL, Infosys, and Cognizant. Okay, so it's like these batches I am taking, I know what is exactly in the industries are required and giving it. Okay, so it's not like managing so many clients is easy for one person. They have everyone has different changes, but this project aspects actually I am not aware of it. I will check with the team like how one person can do this project entirely end to end. At least 3 members should be assigned to it, and the project should be multiple projects. If you want, I can share some multiple projects and you can do that. But it's like let them think of it. For the time being, yes, yes, I will talk with them. I'm also surprised, so I will talk to them. What is their perspective? Because without hearing from the team management, I cannot comment on that. Maybe they have something on their discussion, things happen. On basis of that, they are saying it. So I have to discuss with them. I have to listen to them. What is they are actually thinking based on that? Because the moment you said projects from a starting time, I was thinking like you have uh, at least 3 4 members in each group. At least then projects when you are saying minimum 3 members or 4 to 5 members. That is still, yes, yes. So you know how to create wireframe, etc. Nothing screens. So project documentations, are you aware that you need at least minimum 2 or 3 documentations, not much. Pro Product backlog, then wireframe. Wireframe means the UI design. We design into some Excel sheet with our understanding what we are doing it. I will show it after the break. Okay, I will join after the break. At least few of the things, because it's very critical for you not to learn all the things, but at least focus on the project things. What is actually needed? If you are having a projects requirement, then how you manage those things? So agile methodology you have not gone through. What is agile methodology? The Scrum Master, Product Owner, Product Backlog, Story Point. These are not given. Okay. So what is this one? Okay, okay. Commerce back. Is it so? Okay, first phase. This programming set. Oh, you are from commerce background. So first phase it is given. First phase it is given, right? Okay. Then it's okay. Uh, that I will recommend. I will also you write in the feedback. That's what. Uh, only develop admin. Okay, okay. After the break, we'll see that. Okay. So don't worry. Tomorrow I will share some of the working code to you. Okay, and then try to manage with these changes and all, because it's now impossible thing. Spring Boot. Please don't go with Spring MVC. Interview. Okay, okay. Interview question. Okay, I will upload. I will upload. Give me some time. Tomorrow I will do this interview questions and the projects. Definitely, it's my commitment. Don't worry. I will not run out of my commitments. Once I said, I will do it. It's not like I think like this is final meeting or something. It's possible to have discussions the next time also. That don't worry for this. Yes, yes. We'll talk to them and we'll see that if can do it. You also write in the process. Then they will talk to me. Then I will decide. But one interesting question. It was in the chat box, like Spring MVC. Please don't use Spring MVC, because then you have to add the external Tomcat server, and every time 404 error will come. Okay, and it will be become a great problem. I'm telling you, Tomcat will crash all the times. So it's something like boot is managing internally all those things. So take the advantage of the boot, and that boot is something which is separating the configurations the issues with the development logic. So never goes for Spring MVC. Okay. Mute. Unmute, unmute to whom? Kamal Kumar. Okay. Okay. Participants. today only 45 participants. One day I've seen 50 plus. Okay. Kamal, Kamal, you wanted to speak something? I cannot see your name. This one. It's unmuted. Just check. Yes, Kamal. Tell
Good
me.
evening.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening.
See, they have given this project specifications.
Okay.
But it is, the description is not clear, one thing. So better, what my request is that, so
Yeah.
generally when we develop a project, this thing happens. I mean, we'll be
Right.
having high level design, low level design, and
At least abstract. First project.
at least abstract
Modules. What are the modules?
modules we should, in this modules, what are the fields we should use?
Yes, yes.
See,
I'm
if
also
this,
surprised. What is the given here? It's like presenting GitHub, GitLab. What is this? What is this? Project description.
see, I worked as an assistant professor
Okay.
in an engineering college. Recently, I've joined in a small startup
Okay.
company. The
Okay.
problem is that still, the problem is that I'm
Yes.
working on Spring MVC and thing. What happens
Yes.
is they have not given the project to me, but
Yes.
what they do know, they have given only this developed JSP pages and asked us to code it. See, understanding of mine is different and understanding of the client is different.
Yes.
So we understand, we develop it. And they
Yes.
don't give the requirement and they say that you have to do it. Okay?
Yes.
When we do according to our understanding, they say this is not.
Yes.
So it's a better thing. See, now where I work in my company, this is the problem. Because I
Yes.
know, because I have dealt with software engineering, I have dealt with
Yes. Yes. Very correct.
networking testing and everything. See,
Yes.
high level, low level design, if the screens are given,
Yes.
everybody will start developing it. Once
Yes.
the
Yes.
what are the fields, how
Yes.
the navigation should happen. So no such thing. They have given us blindly, you need to develop it. Okay, we'll develop according to us.
No,
But
that
it's
is
not-
like, you are correct. Actually, when I opened this page, I'm also surprised like you. Frankly speaking.
No, not only this. Previously with
But you have seen, I click on the submit directly. Why? I thought like there may be some next page.
this is not nothing. After we complete the project, we need to copy it and submit it.
No, no. So what I've seen here, Git and all that. So I understood that there is nothing. So I thought like I go to the next page for some description.
At least if the JSP pages are given, we are not asking you to
Yes.
give the code, just give the screens. So everybody will start working, they'll be browsing it, they'll Google it, the students will Google it and they'll start developing the screens. When the screens been developed, now whatever this is my thing is, I worked and I know it, but when we come to over here, those who are listening to the class, they are freshers. And if you are working in DB, if you are working in from testing, okay, if the screens are given, everybody will start coding it. Okay, they'll browse it, they'll code it, they'll integrate it, and they'll come to the back-end development. So by using Spring them, it will be very easy. Within 2 or 3 days, we can do it.
Yes.
But the one thing is, screens are difficult.
No, actually, the things, the project which you are saying, I'm just trying to make you understand. Like we have before project, we have the things to develop, right? The wireframe. You heard about the wireframe?
No.
That is what the problem. So give me 2 minutes. I will get. Just wait. The screen things which you are asking, actually, that has to be designed by the students. But I am just give me 2 minutes, then I will explain. Okay.
So now what am I asking is, my doubt is that if you can say in this screen, what are the fields we need to, how many screens we need to,
Just
how many
give me
modules
2
we need
minutes,
to have.
Kamal. Just give me 2 minutes. I have all the idea. Just give me 2 minutes. Huh? I just then I will let you know. I'm just searching all password and all those fields. So I'm just searching. Just give me 2 minutes. Now the reverse engineering going on. That's what the biggest problem. I was not aware of anything about the project till now, so that's why I was not idea. But now, just 1 minute.
No, already in this batch, we have completed 2 phases, and 2 phases projects were done.
Okay.
Okay, and what happens? An individual person cannot analyze it.
Cannot analyze. That's why. That's what. So why not you check with simply learn these things like project. When you're talking project is something different, which is project. And
See, who is going to bother about our feedback? I don't know. Feedback, they'll say, okay, sir, we'll take your feedback and we'll put it ahead for the management. I'm not.
okay, so I've discussed with the team management senior person. So actually, first of all, this is an assessment. So the confusion like project, something we call it is not a project, it's an assessment. It's basically a CRUD application. Okay. So these things are not shared to you. That the screens and all. It's basically add, update, delete, search, the CRUD applications to be built in and upload on the server. Then you will get the certificate. So now today, first time you have spoken to me regarding this thing. So I clarified with the higher team management of the Simply Learn. So this is basically take it as an assessment thing, not a project. First of all, every individual has to do it because it's going to give the certifications. Certifications cannot be given on a group basis. So individual will have to pass, and then they can get the certification after that. So number one thing is like that. Second, like don't go with so many things that is the screen which I am sharing it to you. If you make it this much is enough only. Okay. One admin and the visitors or users view the product, click on the buy, and then it's over. Getting my point? It's not a big project. It's add, update, delete things. Now, first of all, remove the concept like it's a e-commerce project. Otherwise, it's a big thinking coming in mind. Second, it's not a project. Okay. After clarifications, I got these things. That is why it was going in the wrong direction. That things which we are discussing. When we say that project will have to be done by the team members, but it's assessment. So everyone has to upload one basic CRUD applications, add, update, delete, and that is enough. Once you upload, they will check it and then they provide you the certificates. Now this explains, for example, take this as a Corona kit manager. That's like a shoe shop, like you said, no, that sporty shoes. Don't go for categories that much, nothing. Simply one admin login. Login password, admin can log in. And admin can add the items. Okay. So item, here you can change some of the description. Like sports shoes or something, description, color and all, something, whatever, some price, benefit. Instead of that, you can write something extra. You can take that field wise, size or something instead of benefit, or available or not available, something. So take one screen for admin login. Second is for adding the items by the admin. Now the visitors will visit it, like a user. User will search something in the search box. User then can view that thing. Suppose it's searching something, 2 items are viewing, then price and quantity, it's checkout kind of things are there. Then next one is like that. So view card. Then after having click on the face mask, it will show price. Means suppose he has taken face mask and sanitizer, something, both of it. So that's price 200, 400 total, place order. Once you click on the place order, your order has been successfully placed. Can you do this much of it? This is only for the certifications. Don't go beyond anything. So because I have big projects also, but I checked, they are saying that it's a basic CRUD applications with Spring Boot applications. You can do with, that's not a problem, with MySQL as a backend, and some JSP pages which you can design over here, connect it, and with the JPA repository that I discussed, so Hibernate dev set, so Hibernate and JPA can connect, and then controller service and the repository layer. So is it possible for you to develop these things? Yes, only API. Yes, yes. No need for JSP. JSP page, actually they said like CRUD applications. If you don't want to build that, at least in the console it should print. But it is not advisable to go without the JSP page. At least adding this design UI things, at least you must do it. Okay, because one of the projects which I have shared to you, or I have another projects also like that, but they are big projects. Here the expectation is not like that. Expectations are like simple. Take the two. Yeah, drive link. I will say this. Expectations is like that basic things. Only one thing for admin adding the items, and the user can view it, add it to the cart, and place order. So 3-4 JSP pages are required. That's enough. Okay. So this Karuna kit, yes, yes. That drive link is said. Kamal, can you share that? See that? Okay. So the confusion is actually with the thinking of, yes, yes. Project. Project means a lot of things with the group members and all, but this is a certifications assessment. You will get certificate after doing this only. So every individual has to do it. Second, it's a minimal basic CRUD applications they are looking for you. So admin, user, make two modules. Admin just JSP pages you have to give it, design it, and Spring form you can use with that. I already have said, so at least design it. You want some coding assistant, I definitely will do it tomorrow, because now the projects which I have is a big project which is not required at this stage. Okay. So one person cannot develop such a project of e-commerce alone. Okay, okay, mail పంపించే no. Okay, okay. So yes, Kamal, what is your opinion? Now you can understand what is the required thing, why we are thinking something different. Actually, it was not that case which we are looking for the project perspective, it's for certifications perspective. Then you need to do alone. Second, it's not to think like e-commerce project. They said it's just a small application, add, update, delete. If they can make it with the JSP page, it's enough. Okay, you use the Spring Boot with JSP page, and in the architecture must be same, like controller, service, and repository. So it's going to be very easy thing. I will share on the drive, don't worry. Everything is not allowed actually. That's what the problem. Like if someone has shared it, it's okay. But I'm also like, as I said, I'm a disciplined person, following the instructions of the organizations and all. So I will upload. Don't worry. You check my these things tomorrow. I will share the details. But it's something which is I cannot share anything which is not allowed. Okay, personal information are not required. So that's why I'm following those guidelines based on that simply learn. So I have everything which you are asking actually, but that's something which in the meeting we cannot do it. So that's restrictions are there, and I'm always follows the guidelines of the organization. So it's like every policies are there. Policies has to be followed. You must also develop these things. Okay. You have done with some projects in before session. Yes, yes. So I will share that code structure. Don't worry. Tomorrow you will receive that, because it's not something I have to search it, because it's not every time it's, I have to search in the drives and all, and I have other projects also currently. So I will share it, but only thing is you should not copy an entire thing. You see it and develop your own code, because it's a certification course. So the code must be different from everyone. It should not be the same code, because they will check it. Whatever you are uploading it, then you will get the certification for sure. So code from one to other should not match. You can guideline, take the understanding of the screens like Kamal was saying to me. This also I will share as a basic concept. Even if you do this one, they are saying it's okay, they can accept it. Okay, so everything I discussed in the break itself, I just discussed with the team management. That's why I was saying that without listening to them, uh, they said it's like before your next session starts. Okay, certification is something in your hand. Once you submit, they will give you the certificate. So at least take 1 week or 10 days time to complete before 15th if you can complete it. Okay. So first of all, uh, only like your concerns, but when I listened to them, I understood. That is something which, yes, 2 weeks of project. Okay. 2 weeks are there. You can extend because you can discuss that you need some more time, so they will allow you. But I said that without listening to the Simply Learn, how can we comment on that, what you are saying? So I just got their inputs. They said it's because of assessment and certificates, you have to do individual coding. That's what you have to understand. And based on that, I am sharing these screens also to you for basic operations. Before the break, also I have shared this one, Karuna Kit Manager. It's kind of something add, update, delete kind of it, search and update and delete. So you can make this type of screen things. Coding things I will also share it because too much to learn, understand and Ranjit, actually the things like I have said you one project in the Spring Boot level. If you see it, mostly every module has the same thing: find by ID, find all, delete, delete by name, delete, then post, and put mapping this edit options. The Metro project which I have shared to you, full of JSP pages and the modules. I will share one more, some experience. IT industry, lot of experience. It's like I have full with memory and everything. So when I take the systems, yeah, Metro project I am talking about. Metro project, uh, it's an easy one. I will give you another project, online banking also. Okay, there are several projects I have, but the main thing is uh, the flow and architecture. You have to understand how the controller to service, service to auto-wire to repository, so that the repository is connected with CRUD repository or JPA repository, and that JPA repository is having those specifications: find by ID, find by name, uh, find all. Those you are implement in the service layer. Very simple logic. You see, it's Spring Boot. If you follow one of the story point, it will be okay. Then everything is a same pattern. So try to design some wireframe like this. Once you've done the wireframe, then the JSP pages, take the form. Then you can design this kind of architectures. Make an e-commerce website for. I have said also that Neha, you have not checked. The study topics I already have said around 1 o'clock. Morning 9 o'clock I said I forget actually. You see, I'm also having Sunday, so I forget like then all of a sudden I recall at 1 p.m. So I uploaded that in the drive. Everything when I promised I do it. Interview questions. Interview questions obviously the annotations are mostly going to be asked with the request mapping and those model attribute, model map. They will check that if you have used or not. And these, of course, Spring MVC, Spring Boot differences, that things, monolithic architectures to the microservice, what are the differences? Uh, so you have to categorize Spring into different categories, please, first of all. Don't mix all those things. Core part, you have the DI in IOC. So dependency injection, what is that actually? So it's a part of the loose coupling feature. where we are not asking class to create objects. Objects will be created in a passive state in the XML file, and then it will be accessed through the IOC container. At least if you are not exactly able to speak to the terms, try to engage the interviewer with the understanding of the coding pattern also. So it's like a technical interview is a different. The interviewer will understand that this person, this student actually has done some implementation. So exact, not able to tell, but how the process are working, and I'm giving a guarantee you will be selected for that. It's like they are not looking for bookish definition, wrapping of the data into a single unit is a what is called the something encapsulation. Okay. So what is a single unit? What is wrapping of the data? Don't go for the bookish explanation. Otherwise, they will start asking several questions from that itself. This someone has almost 5 years. IT industry will be treated as a freshers only. 5 years, something they will not consider. Of course, they can be hired. Means those background things will not be considered for 5 year experience. That is only the most problem thing, that these 5 years gone into nothing as a zero experience. Okay, so they will take you as a freshers only. Yes. 4 years means relevant experience required. 4 years experience. Why not they will hire? But when it is like it's in IT industry or something else, if you are having experience in the same domain, then they will non-IT they will not consider anything. Like even if you are gap, they will not gap they will ask. Suppose you are saying that you are working with the company A for this timeline, then when you join the company B, what is the difference and what is the reason? Nowadays they are asking the reason. That's the only thing. You can make something like you are preparing some courses or you are doing something like that. Yes, you can say like I tried in my own domain, and yes, they will consider as a fresher. Of course, they will consider as a fresher. They will hire, that is for sure. If you have, they will ask why not try. That they will definitely ask, but you can say na, that you are thinking something to further MTech or some other degree you wanted to do it. You were not decided at that time. So, but because of your financial conditions, then you decided to move ahead with these things because of this Corona time and all those things. You can say a lot of things in that thing. Okay, non-technical background. Non-technical background, if you are there, because some of the students from my end was textile engineering or some other things. So no, nothing will be considered. Anything in IT industry only they will consider. No, that MSc things not will consider. Because if you have done Neha those MSc, that is for another domain. It's not for IT. If you want to go to the IT, you have to start from the zero only. Means basic freshers only. Then after 1 year, 2 years experience, so those 2 years, 3 years which you have done, definitely will not consider it. Because see, it's a very simple thing. You will be not having any relevant experience. They will ask, yes, you will get the job. That is confirmed. Because they will give it, but they preferred BTech or MCA. Okay, for this starting thing. But I have means in this industry, I met several people. Even some of the whom I am knowing it personally also doesn't have any certificates like normal IGNU certificates or something, and they are in US for last 10, 12 years in the IT industry. So that is also a factor. It's something like we can say some luck factor is also there. That once you get the break, then that things happen, and then you perform so well that they recognize you, and without anything like you become a great asset, so that cannot be released or something. And these things goes on like that, but everything is interlinked with the performance only. So if your performance is good, and even there are some things gaps are there or something not in that, they can consider you as well. So the first job which you are going to do in the IT industry, after this training, you can apply to the Naukri.com. You can have the Simply Learn process management system. You can check with them also. They are big reputations in the market. They can also provide you the assistance for various MNCs because it's a Bangalore-based. They have various uh, corporates, houses. They can send your request, but you can check with them. Yes, they are going to provide 100%. Obviously, front end and which you are talking about. 1 second, I just missed out. 1 minute. But they are going to provide back end, front end both. You should try for FSD. Now market requirement is FSD engineers, full stack developer. Uh, okay. 6.5. Wipro is offering 6.5. Yes, but now not a joke actually. See, there are associates who are good in the UI part. There are few who are good in the business logic, if else loops. Because if you want to be strong in the coding, you have to be strong in the loops. Yes, HR round. Once your technical round clear, then you can demand. That time they will listen to you, consider. But before that, they will ask what is your expectations, and your expectations they will nothing to do with non-IT things. Okay, so it's a good question. Just 1 minute, Neha. It's a good question. It was asked 1 minute. I just missed out one good question. Demand salary after interview. That's also a good question. See here, the 4 years or 5 years of experience will be countable. Means not technical, but the salary wise. Suppose you are getting some X amount of salary in that company, you can say I am going to change my domain because of the more growth and all, and also during the corona period those things are not going well. So my existing salary structure is this one, and I expect 20 to 25, 30% hike on this. So with the existing payroll things, they can consider you for the IT things also. Here it's going to be considered on that package level. Okay, but technically you are a fresher. Now comes into the second scenario. If it is an MNC, then they have a parameters. Okay, MNC means all the SCL, Wipro, Infosys, Cognizant, they have a starting salary of 6 to 6.5. Okay, Wipro has a criteria those who performs because they have the toll gate and all lot of things are there, and their projects capacity project for 2 weeks in the group. So once they do it, they and some toll gate exams are there of Angular, then Spring REST, then the Java. Based on that, if their overall performance is 60%, then the package will be 5.5. If it is 70% overall, then the package will be 6.5. Okay, yes, for FSD, yes. So FSD like something which we can say UI also. the programming also, and the database also. Three stacks at least. Product based, you can have IBM. IBM will definitely look for product based. Product means it is developed after several projects. One product is developed. So as I said, we have IBM is known for its product, and that company is considered more stable. Okay, because project may not come to the company, but these things product means it's going to be most of the things you can be a secured life. My friends are there, some IBM I know for last 15 years in US and also now in Pune. So I have a lot of groups who are there outside India and there. So I know that IBM is something which you will not be able to change from equity because it gives you a lot of good incentive and all. So and also it's like outside India projects. So but are you aware that the projects which you are going to get under three categories? One is development. Oh no, that maybe you have heard of it. One is development, another is maintenance, third is support. That's why, because the current recruitment is happening with the freshers, at least this year and before this year. So they consider that 2 years for the criteria to filter out for this, because they are taking from the campus. So the campus things are more important. Now, maybe because of the corona last 2 years, they can consider it for those recruitments. So at least those things can be managed. But if it is like suppose 2018 pass out, so they will see like something in terms of unsuccessful things. Means they have not tried or they have not able to enter into the industry. So those things are gone into some negative understanding of their teams. But there are various other options where you can add some basic things like you were doing some IT thinking related things also, not directly, but related to that something you are doing it. So you can make some kind of convince to the interviewer that yes, you are also associated with the kind of projects and all. So you were doing it independently and with clients, several other clients. So outsourcing kind of it. So that may be something which will highlight. But the problem happens, you know where? Problem happens when they give the criteria itself that they need freshers or 2020 pass out maximum. Then they will not listen to anyone after that. And that's why it's very tough. Like if you have not taken from the campus and it is not 4 or 5 years had gone into the different domain, then you have to take some extra route. Like you must say that you were associated with some IT projects also. You were doing with as individual capacity apart from your non-IT things, and you can make a request and add to this details your project things into the resume and explain those concepts. At least it will work. But if the criteria is itself that it will not hire for more than 2 years or 3 years before that, so you cannot send your resume also. But there are so many companies, I also know that in Hyderabad also, they are hiring old pass out guys also. Okay, so it's not that these things, they provide the things. I know that I just forget the name of it in Hyderabad itself. Okay, so it's providing that support also because it's the initiative taken by some Singapore-based organization operating from Hyderabad. Means that they their members are in Hyderabad at least, and they are actually in Singapore. They have offices and all. So they are hiring those only who are having 2015 or 18 something pass out. I will check with the name. I will share it in today next. You will see my link there in some file. I will mention it. Okay. That name I just will share you. The startups, why not? Yes, 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 yes. I will check. I will share it tomorrow. That name of the company. Startups will have no policies. They can hire you. MNCs you cannot go directly now. Okay. MNC will hire only the freshers or the previous maximum, or mostly campus. Okay. You are also from TG training. TG. Okay. 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 So Telangana. Yes. Because your case they will consider because of the Corona thing. Okay. 2 years is considerable. You can request that will consider. But the main problem happens 2017-18 pass out. You cannot have any excuse on that. So you have to look into some indirect route, like startups, as you said. They need members, but actually startup has no policies. You are going at 9 o'clock, you are returning back at 10 p.m. in night. You don't know that. MNC has a standard policies and guidelines where you join at some 9 p.m. and return to 6 p.m. Or if some project work is there, maximum 1 or 2 hours extra, they will not, and they will pay you salary on time. That's also a good thing. Now a startup will have delay in payment and all, but of course the best part is that in a startup the learning will be more because you are the alone who is doing all the things and all the time. So the learning will be higher, and that will make something like next job change. You will get a great break actually because of your technical ability. MNCs will hire you as an experienced person. Then that time they will not ask you what is your year of passing. So best opportunity, like as you said, is the best thing is if MNC is not hiring directly, you go with the startups, and then you spend some time learn the things. CDAC course, okay, that's a good thing actually. CDAC is having a recognized course completions for C, C++, data structure and all. So, so you can at least show them that documented evidence, 6 years in IT. So then you will be taken into that only. Na? You have to add in the resume like you have done these things as a IT projects. Yes, yes, JSP servlet, that will be considered, not a problem. Because you are having JSP servlet you have done with the projects. Now you have upskill to the Spring MVC, and then interview will take the interview. If found suitable, you will be considered. So you will not get any issues on that, I think so. You apply as a 6 year of experience with relevant things that you would done some projects for CDAC also, and then you are doing some IT projects. You add some projects in the resume at least. Okay, with the URL, verifiable URL that you have done some online applications or some code which you are writing actually in the resume. You must have that code at least to explain that in future. That is there. So you have the advantage like you can manage with 6 years. What they will do, they will reduce some of the years of experience. Okay. If you directly get a break into MNCs, they will not consider to that much level. And based on that, they will reduce it, and they will, because all the MNCs have a band, I mean, L1, L2 band kind of criteria. So they, because they have various segments of employees, so they are not putting like because they are HR people, they are having financial management guys, marketing team members, sales. So they are not saying that different category. They are categorized, means L1, H1, B1, C1, like that. So according to the category, the salary is fixed, the lower and the higher level, because they follow the proper guidelines of the uh, labor law and all. So exactly, uh, if it is like you are under one category, they are placing, that means that is the maximum salary they can offer to you. Okay. So my suggestions to everyone who is having different domain or experience, try to enter into the industry by startups initially with some companies which is not popularly known or something, and then learn and do the things, spend some time. The next changeover will be a good thing for you. Okay, so that previous 4 years gap, at least you can reduce it to the next job by adding this current one. Okay, so there are various things you can take the things so that the timelines which you have lost in the starting job, you cannot make up anything. That is for clear. You have 4 years non-IT, they will consider you in that only. But after that 1 year, 2 years doing it, you can say like you were having some experience earlier also as an individual. So let's say it's having 3 years, something like that. So with that projects you have done with some individual clients, so that may be helpful for you. Okay, so reduce to the next level is a better choice than the first things. Whatever you are getting, you have to struggle for some time, but definitely it will work for you in the next company, and you will get a great break also, because industry is having a lot of demand in IT things, projects wise and all. I have so many huge rush for training also. You can see like I'm Monday to Sunday to Monday, I'm having no time. So that means development process is also going very huge actually nowadays. So you should not feel anything depressed or something. Uh, Definitely it is delayed now. So you must take the steps now to corrective measures, so that after 2 years at least you can be on the path which you were lost earlier. You can back to the track. It cannot be done overnight, but you can start doing the things, moving from taking the correct steps from this July onwards or August onwards. So after 1 or 2 years, you will be back on track with the same package, and other packages or near about some loss can be recovered. So start taking initiatives and build yourself. My friend in US currently saying that US a lot of job loss happened recently, and there is a huge recessions are going to come because of the Ukraine crisis, and it will impact Indian markets in next upcoming 1 year. Okay, but that is something which is imaginary, but in US it's happening. So maybe that things for some time being, these things, yes, yes. So I think like you should not lose your heart. It's like the time to rebuild yourself. That's what I can say. Never feel any depressed or something. Time has gone. You cannot recall it back. But you can take the steps after some time. Suppose after 2 years, you will be on the same positions which you expected now today. But for that, you have to do in the second options any smaller company, but it should be IT oriented. Should be the starting point, because if you have done 2017 or 18 pass out things, MNCs will not welcome you. That's for sure. MNCs will welcome you only when you have experience. Then at that time they will not consider what was your percentage, which university college you have taken. All will be secondary then. But entry level, everything is primary. what is your percentage, 70%, 80% or not, what is your scores, total scores, uh, all those things. Then when you have passed out, they will ask so many questions, but after 2 years of experience in IT, they will not ask these questions to you. They will ask directly the projects which you have handled and what was the modules and those things, who was the client, and if you get the similar project, can you handle over here? Lot of questions in that way, the projects oriented questions will come. And that time you have the exposure of the industry, so you can like frequently or freely you can discuss the technical aspects with the interviewer, and they will impress and they will select you. So take that time. 4 years gone, leave it. Just take the starting things. Who is ever helping you? It's good. Like even if you simply learn, also you can request them. And also you have other Naukri.com. You can also apply. You should not depend on one place. That's what my suggestion. And should not depend on one individual's promise that they will do it. Then it will be again a great problem. So I have seen in a lot of things that then staying back silently for 2 months and nothing happened. Then again it will add to the frustration. So don't go to that level. Try with multiple aspects, multiple sources to send your resume and profile. Definitely one of such things will match and you will start doing these things. Because once it is something gone into some late thinking, but obviously after doing some real projects, even with the startups or even with the companies which are lesser known, not very much known to the industry, still you can do it. Okay, and I give you assurance, if you do what I've suggested, definitely after 2 years, you will be able to manage the loss which you have sustained for 4 years. Because hiring is happening sometimes such a high level that whatever the salary package you are demanding, they will pay you. If you have the ability and the confidence, that confidence will grow only when you have done the project. And the confidence will lead to success. Right now the confidence is low, so you are thinking like somehow I can do it. But once you start the company progress, definitely after that you will not feel anything that much what you are facing today. So the days will come only when you try to rebuild the things entirely. Things has gone and something is certainly not in your favor for last 4 years, 3 years. You should not be disappointed on that. A lot of people like you are there in India. Still they are struggling to get the job because initially they have not decided to go to the IT industry or something they have done in their own domain. And because of some lack of demand or something, it's not means that much of success you have got. So it's not your story. It's a lot of individuals, billions of Indians have the same things. So you are not alone actually. These things are happened to a lot of guys who have I've seen like doing MTech and finally still not able to get the job. I've seen in Hyderabad many of the students saying like I will do the MTech and then I'm not getting the job. Even after Amil paid on all those things, knowledge technology and Durga Soft and all, still they are not doing it. So they gone for MTech and after that they started their career as professors and all in various colleges in different places in Hyderabad. Because in Hyderabad we have JNTU, Kakinada JNTU, Hyderabad JNTU, Anandpur. So they have 600 plus engineering colleges. So that demand is high for this professor jobs. So this kind of things are there. But again, it will be a different domain. So I will not suggest to go with that route. You should simply enter into a normal, common, smaller company. Start the thing because they also need like that a dedicated person who is willing to work hard and all. And but only problem happens that they don't have any kind of policies. So sometimes delay in salary will happen, but these struggles will give you a lot of learning also because the learning things will be very high. And then because you are alone doing all the things. So you have the freedom also, and you have the responsibility and accountability also entirely with you, because they will not hire multiple people because of the cost and budget constraint. So one single person, they will look into like entire things from IT from A to Z, even the networking things also, LAN connection, internet is not coming, you also have to fix it. So that kind of exposure which you are going to get is a very high. But after that, the next break will be good one, and it will recover the previous thing. So don't worry, time will change, time will come. You have to wait that time. You cannot do anything all of a sudden until unless you've taken the proper steps. Then only you can think of moving to the next steps with smooth transitions. Until unless you start the things from today onwards, then you cannot go with the next two phases. So after 2 years also you are not started with the IT domain. Still you will be again after 2 years, it will be too much late. So better that this age group of 20 to 30 you have to build yourself and try to make your parents also happy. Whatever the amount they have spent, they have expectations from you. You must fulfill that and take a right steps. Instead of getting frustrations, take the steps and do act accordingly. Your steps will improve the situation 100%, I give you guarantee. Okay, so start with a small company, then next break go with the big company, adding some more experience, saying that you are doing some freelancing things, individual things, and that they will accept that time, because your current exposure is such a high that they will be taking means that advantage you will get. Okay, and then you can negotiate your salary. At least you can reduce the gap with the salary expectations. Okay, so please take care of these things, and I will upload that this project kind of some aspects surely tomorrow. Don't worry, this screens also, but at least don't think of bigger projects kind of now. Think of a very small scale project, add, update, delete, search, or even one module. Even if you do for user admin, you can directly make 1 or 2 pages, users 2 or 3 pages. That is going to be accepted for your certifications purpose. So don't think it's e-commerce big project. Small things, make it and let the things to move ahead. Okay, because it's project wise, it cannot be done alone. Project is a big thing, and it has a start date, it has an end date. It's a temporary endeavor. Project definition is like that. So those things cannot be done in this case. It's an assessment only. So basic CRUD application, I checked with them, and I hope you can do it. And the similar kind of coding structure, I will share on the same link. You can take it and develop your own after that. Okay, you will definitely upload the file, and then after that you will get the certificates. Okay, so those points which have been raised earlier, I've got a clarification. So I have understood the concepts, so what they will do it. So with this, guys, I will take yes, get document. Okay, okay, sure, sure. I will do it tomorrow. Anything required, you write in that message in that drive. I will see that. Don't worry. I will be in touch with you in case any assistance required further. Don't worry, because I have several groups who still have connected with me. So you can request Simply Learn, so they can also see those things. If required, they can connect me also. Okay. So with this, I thanks to every participants for their support and coordinations, because it's a two-way of communications are going so well that I missed something like in my training in other MNCs also. They are having actually hired by campus and all, so they are not that much response they are showing. But obviously they have so many things to do actually. Sport challenges, topic-wise projects, then they have exams, assessments. So they are also having a long training process, 5 to 6 months, and starting from HTML to AWS. and they have several assessments, several code challenges, finally one project also. So they get more time actually to do all those things. So that's what. But sometimes I've seen the students are from mixed domain, non-IT background mostly, and starting things like we do with the HTML, CSS to make them confidence in the IT industry, then the database, then the Java thing. So the UI will cover first instead of the technical thing. So the interest will grow. Yes, yes. I also look forward for that. But you can see Simply Learn has a policy and guidelines according to whatever they will decide. Their decision is final. I'm just if they ask me, I will definitely do it. I'm for sure. But if they have already selected someone or something, I can't have any idea on that. So you can make the request to them. Let's see. Yes, I have very less time. Actually, you see, like things are. I'm beyond that. I have so many things to discuss with you. Actually, that's what. But what actually happened, I noticed that we cannot break smaller things and go with a lot of things because we have very less time. So this 4 hours something in a stage we don't do. We take some 2 hours, then 2 hours some assignment hands-on, then next 2 hours something. So it's a kind of flow we maintain. So that what happens that your implementations also are happening simultaneously and sharing some because assignments. Every organization gives some hands-ons and assignments, which students also do it, and that assignments give the confidence, additional confidence with the hands-on every topic we have that kind of it. Yes, yes, that's what you can understand. That much of because we have such a schedule, tight scheduling. Like we cannot move to see that you also implement and I also check it, verifies it. Some quizzes we can do it. We can have some more case studies. We can do it. So those times we cannot spend actually. It's back to back the topics because every day we have something new to take, but still I whatever the timeline I try to take that opportunity as a challenge and try to deliver it. So I hope this will definitely help you and you start your career. Those things will happen. Learning is an endless journey. Obviously next time also you will learn more and more. Okay, so whatever you required you write in the feedback and I will also suggest them, but it's their discretion. I cannot have any idea on that. So it's Simply Learn will decide that. Okay. So with that, guys, thank you so much. In the feedback itself. Okay. Yes, yes, Sumit. So you can write in that and request them, and let's see if they agree or if they have not decided or something. So it's I cannot tell them. Do my own. They have to take the decision. You don't have the no no. Now I think our coordinator is there, na. She will send you the feedback link. Okay. So you just fill that and request that. That's what you can do it. Okay. So that's what. And check my mail. Yes, 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 yes. I will. Yes. Let me check with. Yes, Sarah, are you there? Hello. 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 Sarah, are you there? Hello. 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 I think network is not there. Okay, I will request to the management whom I spoken to just now and will check with him. Okay. So I will try. And you check that tomorrow these things I promise I will send you the things. Don't worry. Or anything you can write in the message there itself, in the text something, notepad, etc. I will see that. Okay, that link you already have shared to you, and whatever the policy guideline, will see that accordingly we will act. Okay, so from my side I will try. So okay guys, for very thankful to you, all of you. We'll again see you soon, and all the best to everyone, and take proper decision and move ahead. You will definitely succeed. Okay, thank you. Thank you to all of you. Thanks so much. So I'm going to log out. Thank you. Thanks to all the participants. Thank you so much. You will see tomorrow the message box. Don't worry. As per policy, I maintain all these things. Okay, so definitely I will get all the things. So tomorrow, please check that. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Take care. Thanks a lot. Okay. Bye. Good night. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. See you again. Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you.